Zero Suit is a character that does a whole bunch of this, right? Fucking a whole bunch of it, a whole lot of this, a whole lot of this. Mostly these two options. These are going to be your main two. Obviously she has this, but that's only when you're at 4%. Similar to Bayo. Right? Also, just as a side note, some matchups just suck, even if you know the matchup. Anywho, so, she does a whole bunch of this. Do you know what she's not doing when I'm doing this? Any of these options. Any of them. Because they're not actually good. Jab is good, but only because she has nair. Like a frame 1 jab that leads into... Whoops. Trying to like actually get the full hit. 6%. That's all her jab does. I mean, it makes this safe. Whoops. Makes that safer, obviously, right? But like that sucks. It's a 6. It's less than Fox's jab, and it doesn't even confirm it to a kill move like Fox's does later. Okay, so all of Zero Suit's pressure is through her aerials, and she uses her ground moves as either punishes at a shield, random spacing. What's that supposed to be at? Random spacing, but it's bad because even if she spaces correctly, she doesn't get anything off of it. So, like, it's bad. If she does this, DI up, you won't have to tech. She's a fast faller. Just DI up. You don't even have to jump, because then you're in the air versus Zero Suit. So you just... Also, sometimes it doesn't connect correctly. Come on. Fuck, mashed whatever A landing damage you want. So you don't have to tech, you never get tech chased. You react, because if you can't react to a 3 jab combo, your problems are way worse than I can't play versus Zero Suit. So, that's thing number 1. I'll go into DIing other things a little bit more in detail. Also, for reference, I will be doing DI later with Ruben's DI calculator. So, just as like proof of concept instead of like, just listen to me. It's like, no, look at the optimal way to DI. So, all of her pressure comes from this. You know what sucks about this? If you power shield it, it's not safe. Unless it's behind you and you don't have an out of shield option and you don't have a good forward tilt. Sucks. For her, obviously. Like, yeah, on normal shield, it's what? On this, it's -5. Like, on normal shield, if they do it as low as possible, it's -5. So, jab will all, or -6, I don't, or -4, I don't remember which one. So that means that you are stuck in, or she has 4 more frames of forced animation than you do. Fortunately for her, grabbing takes 6 frames, so lowest space in air, jab will always be safe on normal shield. On power shield, that is not the case. 1, because you don't have to drop shield, so you have more of your normals available to you, such as your jabs, your tilts, your smash attacks if you have a fast one. But 2, you actually just have less shield stun, so it's more like, instead of -5, let's say, I think it's -8 or 9. So yes, you can just shield grab it if you want, because there's less shield stun, but also if you have like an 8 frame tilt, you can just, obviously if you have to be like really good at it, right? So that's important. First off. Second off, or like this is like 7th off at this point. So that's unfortunate. This is the case for all of her aerials. Back air is the hardest to mess with because I feel like it has the most range. Or maybe back air has the most range. Either way, same concept. And if she's spacing, and the problem is if she's spacing away from you, she won't be able to really confirm off of it because now she has to do things like dash grab, or you know, you're farther away. So let's say if she's doing like a landing or like a retreating Zair, she won't be able to grab you. Hopefully. Again, don't know every character, don't know every percent. Sometimes things combo into grab. But a lot of the times, Zero Suits will be, because her neutral is so bad, and you saw it very clearly versus in Nairo versus Mr. Concon. Nairo was playing like a sword character. He was running up and then jumping back and nairing because Luigi couldn't punish it. Granted, that's a specific case because Luigi has really low traction, and she's just bad, or it's just bad to like get there in general. So, a lot of her stuff is based on the air, and you know what beats every single option she has in the air? That. You might not get a punish off it if you don't power shield it, but it beats every single option she does. So because of that, and because of her lackluster ground options, this just beats Zero Suit as a whole. Right? So the other thing that is very, very important in this matchup, obviously, this is like the make or break of this matchup, is can you react to grab? Sometimes a lot of people can't react to it from here. It's frame 16. I can react to it personally. I have a lot of experience in the matchup. Practice it. This will make you win or lose versus a Zero Suit. However, so it's frame 16 here, right? So just to slow it down. So right next to him, you don't see any of the whip, right? However, grab from here, you're going to see a bit of the whip. That was at least, what, probably 3-4 frames? So that makes it a 20 frame grab. And if you can't react to a 20 frame move, you're bad, to be honest. Or you're just so scared that you're not reacting correctly. But the thing is, as I mentioned before, all of her ground options suck. They're not necessarily bad, but they don't threaten you. And Zero Suit is a character with, as we have mentioned, a somewhat lackluster neutral that relies on things that just completely lose to shield. And so if you get hit by something on the ground randomly, who cares? It doesn't matter, because she's going to hit you for 7. This one matters a little bit more because it puts you in the air, but you shouldn't be getting hit by up tilt and neutral. It's only as used as a punish tool, because like no Zero Suit is gonna like do that. Like no one. Also, it doesn't work if that happens, which sucks for her. So because her hitboxes just decide not to work. Also, something to note is if you hold shield, when she does Nair jab, she will almost always, I mean, depending on the spacing, but you have to be sure how close she is to you, because she will either cross you up with the jab, with the third jab, or not. So I'm just going to do it on the ground there. So be prepared for that, because that's, again, so her mix-up, in general, assuming you shield, right? So assuming you don't get hit by the Nair, because if you get hit by the Nair, you're going to get grabbed. At not 0, so more like, you know, like that just combo, right? And then blah, 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 blah. So if you shield, her option, she has 3 options, realistically. She has Nair on shield jab, which obviously she can stop in the middle of it, but then you can react to that, right? She has Nair on shield jump, and Nair on shield just fucking go for it. So she has 3 main options, which is Nair to ground move, which could be up tilt too, sometimes they do that, or like dash attack, or like that. Nair jump because they figure you're going to respect it, and then Nair grab, or like Nair defensive option. But that's if they're gonna Nair defensive option, they just jump for the most part, because if they try to shield or roll or sidestep, you will grab them. Unless they do the Nair perfectly, and you don't mash grab on the shield. So if you're gonna because if you're gonna pick the option, you're not gonna react, right? So again, this will be your make or break in the matchup. Can you react to that? Because I can. That's why I've lost 2 sets to the 2 best Zero Suits out of like 9. So when I lost versus Nairo at MLG, it's a Doc, not a Zero Suit. So if you power shield in there, you can almost universally punish it, as the majority of characters. You can either down tilt or forward tilt or grab if they're close enough. Which is why I say down tilt, forward tilt. So like, let's say Bayo can just fucking power shield, down tilt. What are you reacting to? The grab. So you can notice the beginning of her animation, so I'm just gonna like... The beginning of her animation, she tilts, her front foot moves forward, and her back knee kind of like... It bends, and because it starts to crouch, right? So actually, fuck that. Look how immediately she crouches. Right? Look at this grab. I'm gonna go to 1/2. She crouches. I mean, yes, she does crouch in the middle of her short hop, but it looks completely different. The whole point of me talking about that is because if you guess wrong and she hits you with the ground move, don't care. Who cares? It does 8 or 8 or 6 or 7 or dash 12. But again, typically they're not gonna like, haha, you're gonna sidestep. Because if anything, if they read a sidestep, they're just gonna wait and grab you or just smash you. Alright, so that's a pretty good option as well, to be honest. but it's also slow as fuck. But again, shield beats everything. If you're ever scared versus Zero Suit, literally just flash your fucking shield. There's no reason not to. Because you can sidestep out of frame 1. Watch, there is no fucking, you do not see the shield pop up. So, if you are ever scared and you want a shield, still be looking out for grab, because that's the only thing she can threaten you with, or shield beats every other option. The reason that this is a bigger deal than versus most characters is you can't react to most characters' grabs because they're frame 6 or 9 or 10 depending on standing, dash, or pivot grabs. That's standard. Some characters have a little worse ones like Zelda. So again, if you're ever scared in any situation, shield, react to grab. That's going to be your main way to not get hit by Zero Suit. Not getting hit by Zero Suit is really important because since she has such a bad neutral, she puts herself in situations to be punished so often in order to get one open up. And even so, unless she has max rage in your light character, you're typically not going to die from one open up anyway. So her down smash is frame 20. Again, if you can't react to a frame 20 move with something, you suck. Like, that's bad. That's like slower than Pika's forward smash. And again, you will get grabbed. That's like sometimes it happens. Or you'll get, down smash and grab. Zero Suit Charm, the best character in the game. None of her ground moves lead to anything except for up tilt, which is not a true combo. Also, this is good, but that's only as an fair. So again, your whole style versus Zero Suit should be this. Or if you know she has a specific jumping habit, and you notice that because they have to fucking jump a lot in order to get, specific circumstances, you can just fucking run up and hit her. So it's like, oh, I'm Sheik, and I think she's gonna jump. Whoops. Like, she's gonna jump in. Low committal makes them rethink their jump timings. It's hard. And then blah blah. She doesn't have safe, Zero Suit doesn't have safe damage. She has super hard committal. Shit. Or jab. Also, something that's really important against Zero Suit is the ledge, right? So she can, in theory, cover every option, like every character can. Not at once necessarily. Assuming that she stays on stage and doesn't go for a trump, her best option is this. You know what this covers? Neutral get up. Doesn't cover get up attack. Well, I mean, it can if they time it really well. It can technically cover ledge jump if they're fucking perfect. It doesn't cover roll unless they turn around. Obviously, they do that. Their main thing is that. So you know what you don't fucking ever do versus Zero Suit at the ledge? Neutral get up. You want to know what almost every single player does all the time when they're at 80% or 70% or 60%? Fucking neutral get up. Because at 60%, If you're at 90, if you're at 80, fucking whatever, move, she's really good, that's a good ass move. So you know what you never, ever do versus Zero Suit? Fucking neutral get up, unless she's so far away that she can't punish you. So, your two options, I'm gonna do this sheet. Your two options, for the most part, when playing against the Zero Suit, this and this. That's it. I mean, you can also do this, but you might lose the trade. That's it. Those are all you do. Because in order for Zero Suit to punish a ledge jump, well, I mean, it puts you in the air versus Zero Suit, which is not an optimal position. But it's the hardest to punish initially. Because you know what Zero Suit has to do to cover that? Time a 2-frame active move. Or she can also up air. But again, for the most part, her timings are pretty predictable, and if you get hit near the ground, you're not gonna die. Unless she has max ass rage. Because things don't combo as well as you think they do, and I'll go over that a little bit later. Don't fucking neutral get up. Because if Zero Suit times back air on your ledge jump fucking 7 times, that's her being godlike. That's not the character, or her as in, sorry, that's the player being godlike. That's them being so goddamn good that they can time a 2-frame active move on the best ledge option in the game by a lot. Option's busted as fuck. And if you see her start jumping, you fucking roll. Because worst comes to worst, she does this, or if she hard reads roll, she does this, and then. But because you're so much farther in, that's going to be more like a kill at 110. So if you're at 70, and you're really scared of dying, fucking roll. If she hits you, whatever. Zero Suit is not a scary character at the ledge. but every fucking, and then it's like, look at the rage from insert Zero Suit character or Zero Suit player. It's like, no, the person just did the worst option because there's no, like, the risk reward for this, like, if they jump, they get away and then they're in the air and you can maybe juggle them for Zero Suit, right? If they roll, you get punished. And now you're off stage, but no one's good at edge guarding Zero Suit, which I will also go over later. So they do this because if they fucking down smash you at 50%, you get spiked and you die. So don't do it. Don't give it to them. Jump and roll. That's it. Occasionally ledge hop, depending on your character, obviously. That's it. Just don't fucking neutral get up. That's a big deal. I think that was, of the 3 games that Nairo beat Elegant, I think that was 4 stocks. It was neutral get up. Neutral get up. Look. Neutral get up. I might be wrong. Actually, I'm gonna go look. Let's look. Neutral get up. So that's 1. So anyway, that's 1 stock. So that's 1 of 1. I got super tilted in this matchup. I went on like a tweet storm. So neutral got up and died. It wasn't down smash, but it was neutral get up. So that's 2 of 2. Ledge trump, which also, by the way, neutral get up because you can't buffer that. So I'm gonna count that as 3. To be honest, that's unfortunate. He got too greedy. So 3 of 5. That was really good by Nairo. Luigi sucks. So 3 of 6. He doesn't die again. I think both of his stocks this game. He rolled! And he hasn't died for doing a single other ledge option. See? He jumped. He got away from the situation. My point. Trump, which, again, neutral get up. Because Luigi's loved neutral get up. So that's 4 of 5. No, sorry, 4 of 7. Well, technically neutral get up. Different. So, my point. Don't fucking neutral get up. I mean, every Luigi has bad neutral get up habits because they want a neutral get up jab. But I'm just using that as an example because Elegant beat him, I feel like, in every other aspect of that game and then died on the ledge 4 times when he didn't have to. Like, if Elegant didn't neutral get up, he won the set. Just don't do it. Unless they're like, fuck, so far over here to fucking error. Like, they're not, like, whatever, right? But in which case, I just typically like ledge hop, if that's the case. But that MP, I'm also Pikachu at quick time, so biased in that regard. But like the last exchange, he went neutral get up, or he went jump, he went roll, he went jump, and he avoided it 3 times because Nairo went for it every time because there's no reason not to. Because you're safe, for the most part, if you do it. Like, don't by neutral get up. This is the only spot where this move's actually good. Or like, unless they're like really good and like, because they all use smash stick, they can perfect pivot fucking down smash. Perfect pivot down smash, and they fucking like catch you. But like, no one fucking does that. No one does that. Literally no one. You don't even have to worry about that. That's not a real option.